It's Harriet from Portastic Gun Dog Adventures, and I'm here with the pup apprentice, who's being a bit antisocial. Right, I hope you're well, and if you are watching, please say hello and give me some love. I hope you're alright. Stuff to tell you. So, she's doing quite well, even though she's chewing on a toy. Oh yeah. She did some lovely lead walking today around the block. I was very, very impressed with that. Didn't you? Yeah? Look at your ear. And look, she's got a bit of a moe. Okay. Got to put some gel on it, look. Some gel on that. I'm only joking, I'm not going to do that. Right, so, so she's doing really well on her lead walking. What else is she doing? She's doing quite well on her recall, so I'm starting to add distractions now. So we're on the beach today, and there were some people walking, and I could see her like looking and stuff, and you can see that she was like, shall I go? But she came to me in the end, which I was really, really pleased with on the whistle. So that's really, really good. But yeah, it's just really about being consistent, and that's exactly, so she's definitely coming into her teen phase now. So me being consistent is gonna see her through her teenage phase. So yeah, so she's being a bit kind of, you can see, you know, like she's now can get on top of the table and she's doing it, and I'm telling her to get off and she's kind of, should I do what I'm told? Should I not? So yeah, it's typical teen behaviour. So, what have you seen? You gonna come say hello? Are you gonna come and just chew stuff? You come say hello? No? Alright then. You sit there. Yeah, so anything else she's been doing? So yeah, she's doing stuff that's not so good. But she's doing some really good stuff as well. So you just have to, you know, take the rough with the smooth, don't you? And I'll have that, thank you. Putting that part. Right, so, recall then. So, I'm going to start by going on to my high horse about off-lead dogs. So we had a situation a couple of days ago, it was after my daytime class, so it must be Monday, where this kind of small black dog just comes out of nowhere, and again my puppy is just kind of got to deal with it, and then owner's kind of like, oh she's young, isn't she cute? And I'm like, yes. And that's why I do not want your dog barking at her, like, and she kept calling the dog, and the dog was just ignoring, you know. So at that point, you should really have a long line, you know. You should really have a long line. You can't just be, you know, if your dog's not got a good recall, then you should not have it off the lead, you know. That is what I call a twat move, you know. You need, if it's not got a 90% recall, then you need to, or 95%, you need to put that dog on a long line. And if you want to know how to use a long line, I've got loads of like videos on here about how to use a long line, or you can go to my YouTube, if you type in Gun Dog Tamer, loads of videos on there. So, she's been very good today. I'm suspicious. Do use the long line. They're a pain, like, they're annoying. But think of it like an insurance policy. You don't want it, but you've got to have it. So, yeah. So, that is a tip, but it's quite an obvious tip. So, anyway, my first tip is to find out what your dog likes. So I like pizza. I love pizza. I will pretty much do anything for pizza, particularly Greggs is pizza. Now, you can wave that in front of me and I will do what you want. And your dog is no different. So, what I tend to have in my pouch is, I tend to have a couple of treats. So, she may or may not come now. So I have a smelly, beefy thing, which both of my dogs love. And I found this new one. It's called like, it's Scorby Snack. So this is like chocolate covered in like peanut butter. Rose, have one. So yeah, so there's that, or I have a range of stuff. I always have a range of stuff. Rosie, come here. Oh, Rose, come here. Come here, come sit down. So yes, I normally have a range of stuff. So every time they come to me, I've got something different. So it's not just boring, same old stuff. So she does really like these. So yeah, so every time they're getting something different. So find out what your dog really, really likes. And so a lot of people say, oh, you know, spaniels, you know, they won't eat out. They won't eat when they're out. Yes, some spaniels will not because they are overstimulated. It's quite a normal, she won't. So I'll know when she is too excited. It's in there. I will know when she's too excited when she's not taking treats. So we sit there. We just sit there and I'll wait for her to be, connect with me, if you like. And then when she starts accepting the treats, I know that we can carry on our walk. But yeah, so it's just all about processing things. Just gonna move around, she's just gonna knock you over. So it's just about processing stuff, you know, especially in this teen stage. You have to think about when you were a teenager and you found it difficult, you know, learning, you know, your learning's different. So her learning's going to be a little bit different. It's going to take longer to process what I'm asking. So find out, so every client of mine gets a pet gun dog audit and we find out 5 things food that they love and 5 things, 5 toys or where they like to be touched. It all matters. So you don't necessarily need to use food and you don't necessarily need to use toys. You can use fuss, and fuss can work quite well as well. So that's what I've done with Jake and my mum's dog. We just use fuss because he loves fuss. So, you know, so she loves to be touched like on her belly. So we can use that as a reward. It doesn't necessarily need to be food. It doesn't necessarily need to be toys. We kind of need to mix it up a bit. So she's finally here. So that's the first tip. The second tip is do mini recalls when you're out. So when you're on the beach, keep going. Rose, come. Rose, come. Don't just do it when you see a dog in the horizon, and then you think, oh, let's just call my dog. You know, keep doing it. So if you're going out for like a 30-minute walk, you should be calling your dog like once every sort of minute or so. Maybe that's a bit much, but somewhere on the region, so they get that repetition of coming, because that's how you get good recall as well. Is keep doing it, repetition. So she probably won't take much notice because she's busy with what she's doing. But when she's out, I'll call her and see if she comes. It just continues, like, keep doing it, and doing it. So that's the second one. Hello, darling. And the third one, so the third tip is be more interesting. So we might do a little bit of a demo of a game that we actually do in the classes, and I find it really, really good. Right, if I can do it anyway. But you need to be more interesting. So there's no good, and you see it like on the beach. Just looking at the camera. So, I was gonna say, yeah, so some people just have their phones on them, and it's like, well, no wonder your dog's buggering off, because you're not interacting with them. So, you need to interact. So if your dog's not paying attention, then find a way to interact with your dog. Ta-da-da! Yes, so we might do a little bit of a demo. So this is called the catch-up game. So basically, the idea is I drop a treat, get her to eat it, and then I run. And then when she comes to me, I mark it with a yes and give her a treat. It may work, it may not, but this is the beauty of life. Right, so, to a wall. Right, so, you'll get the idea anyway. Right, stop fighting, Max, again, sit. Good. Right, so, right, so treats. So she finds treats, she's gone, there we go, there we go. Yes, and then we'll mark with the yes. So this is kind of, it's fun, you know? Try it for yourself. It goes down a storm in my classes because it's interacting, it's fun for you. You don't have to like proper run, you can do it briskly. But yeah, it's just again, just being fun, you know? You can scatter as many treats if you like. Yeah, and it's fun. Fun interaction for your dog, and it's all about fun, you know? In my classes, I I do, hopefully, put the fun back in dog training because it is fun and it can be fun. You've just got to learn the tools. So, if you are struggling on the beach, I do have, struggling with recall on the beach, I have my 7 tips for your teenage dogs. I'll put the link on because I don't know it, so I need to find it and I'll put it on the comments. And also I've got my October's classes. There's still some places for evening. There's not so many for daytime. So daytime is the 6th of October, that's like literally off the top of my head. And evening is the 9th of October. So there's still some places left, but you're gonna need to apply. So you're gonna need to get a wriggle on basically. And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Do give me a love and a like, and if you've got any questions about recall, then hit me up and I'm happy, what are you doing? I will happily answer them, and if you've got any other topics you want me to cover, I'm happy to do that because I'm going to try and make this a regular thing because I seem to be getting lots of questions and people, you know, seem to be enjoying them, which is weird. So bye from Rose and bye from me, and I'll see you soon. Bye!